The Interlake overall was up 13.5% in average price this June. Some areas went the opposite direction, down about 10% in the same month. Two completely different stories depending on where you're standing. 59 homes sold across the Interlake at an average of about 379,000. Those numbers are telling a very different story depending on where you look. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today, community by community. June was a solid month for the Interlake. 59 family homes sold across the MLS areas of R12, R19, and R26. So those areas will include towns like Stonewall, Stony Mountain, Gimli, Teulon, Winnipeg Beach, Arborg, Riverton areas. With the average sale price at $378,000, that's 13% higher than this time last year. Interlake continues to offer a significant price advantage compared to the province-wide average price. In June, the average sale price for a home sat at almost $484,000. The Interlake came in around $378,000, so that's about a $105,000 gap. And that gap will mean a lot for buyers considering their options. The Interlake is a lower volume market. When wind is lower, a handful of higher price sales can lift the average price. So we'll break down each area individually to see exactly what's driving that number. Before we get into the individual areas, if you find this kind of breakdown useful, hit the subscribe button. I do this every month for both the Interlake and the Winnipeg markets. I'm Justin Zinkowski with Royal LePage Prime Real Estate, serving both Interlake and the Winnipeg markets. So whether you're thinking about a property here in the Interlake or back in the city, I'm happy to talk through what the numbers actually mean for your situation. There's links for buyers and seller guides in the description below. Starting with the Selkirk and East Selkirk area, 21 homes sold in June. That's about 3 more than June of 2025. The average sale price came in about $362,000, up 5.7% from last year. That's a steady, consistent increase, and Selkirk continues to be one of the more accessible entry points in the Interlake for buyers who want community, amenities, school service, transit connections without paying Winnipeg prices. At $361,000 for a single-family detached, the value here remains strong. Moving to the South Interlake area, towns like Stonewall, Stony Mountain, and Warren saw 15 homes sold in June. That's 2 more than last year, with an average sale price of $484,000. That's up 4.2% from June of 2025. And here's a number that's interesting. The South Interlake average is actually about $523 more than the Manitoba provincial average, which many buyers look at as an affordable alternative to the city, is now priced at or just above the provincial average for detached homes. So that shows buyers have moved here in large numbers over the past few years, and pricing now reflects the demand. If you're a seller in Stonewall or the Balmoral area, that's good news. If you're a buyer looking to save money versus Winnipeg, this area is a smaller and smaller gap than it used to be. Heading north to the Teulon, Argyle, Gunton area, 7 sales came in for June of this year. Median price of about $368,000, which represents about a 10.5% price decrease June of 2025. In a market this size, the specific number, 7 sales, is a small sample. In a market this size, the mix of homes that happen to sell in a given month can move the median by a significant percentage without reflecting any real change in what a specific home would sell for. If you are looking at property in this area, a single month's figure should be more of a starting point for a conversation and not so much a conclusion. Looking at the full trailing 12 months before drawing up any firm conclusions here. The Gimli, Sandy Hook, Winnipeg Beach area was busy, with 19 sales in June, down 4 from last year, but the price story is this headline here. The average price came at $363,000, up about 17% year over year, and that's a significant jump. So with fewer sales but higher prices, what does that typically mean? It offers signals that lower priced inventory has dried up, that homes that did sell in June are likely at the higher end of what this area typically sees, which pulled the average up. This is consistent with a pattern we've seen in lakeside communities across Manitoba. Recreational and lifestyle properties in desirable areas continue to attract buyers who are willing to pay more for the right property. If you're sitting on a property in the Gimli area and wondering whether the market still supports strong pricing, June's numbers would say yes. For the Arborg Riverton RM of Bifrost, our most northern area, 5 sales in June, up 2 from last year, with a median price of about $275,000, and that's up 10% year over year. So 5 transactions, again, like the Teulon area, in a market this small, the median price can shift significantly based on a single property. The directional trend is positive. Prices appear to be holding or increasing, and we saw more activity in June of 2026 than 2025. For buyers, this area still represents the most affordable entry points for rural properties in the area. Prices here are trending upward, but with this few sales, conversation worth having directly. You can book a call in the links below to talk about what these numbers actually mean for your specific situation, or if you're thinking about buying or selling in the Arborg, Riverton, Bifrost area. So we put this all together. 59 sales across the Interlake in June. Average sale price about $378,000. Year-over-year growth is up about 13.5%. The clearest theme for this month is different parts of the Interlake are telling different stories. South Interlake is now priced at the provincial average in that region. Gimli saw significant price growth despite fewer sales. Selkirk showed steady, consistent appreciation. The Interlake still offers the first Winnipeg or the Manitoba average overall, about $105,000. That gap continues to track buyers who want more space, more land, or a different pace of life without leaving the province behind. The market isn't uniform, and that's actually the point. You can't make one blanket about the whole Interlake. You have to look at a specific community or the specific property type. And if you're looking to buy in the Interlake, here's what June is telling you. The price advantage versus Winnipeg is real, but that's narrowing in certain areas. South Interlake is essentially at the provincial average now. Thinking about selling, here's what June's data means for you. The price growth across the region has been positive. Even with the lower volume in some areas, the average price is up about 13% from June of 2025. Gimli area is up almost 17%, Selkirk 5.7%, and the South Interlake area is up 4.2%. So if you own something in these areas, the market has moved in your favor over the last 12 months. If you're thinking about buying or selling anywhere in the Interlake, whether it's Selkirk, Stonewall, Gimli, or somewhere in between, I've put links to get description below, along with free guides for buyers and sellers. Thank you, and I'll see you in next month's update.